Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and ideas that can improve your life. Today we're going to play another 25 hands of WPT GTO Trainer. So let's jump right into it and let's keep on doing this. Pocket sevens on a King Queen board is a bet 5. Nope, it's a bet 2. Bet 5 is played only 2% of the time. Okay, makes sense. So it's a bet 2 or check. King Jack suited on a 7-8-8 board. Is this a bet 2? Yep, 40% of the time. Now an ace falls on the river. And I wonder if we overbet here or bet 3/4. I think we overbet here. We don't. We actually check 94% of the time. Okay, so King Jack is too strong here for a bluff. Okay. Good to know. 9-10 suited on ace king ace. Is that a bet too? Yeah. Ace 7 suited on a jack 6 deuce with 2 spades. Maybe this is a check. Or is it a bet too? I think it's a bet 2. Yeah, it's a check on bet 2. Okay. Now a 9 of spades falls on the turn and the villain leads 3.5 BBs to us. What do we do with ace 7 here? I think we call. We fold. Okay. Ace 7 is a fold here. The solver never calls. This is really interesting. But now the villain checks and we're gonna check behind and lose the pot. But that was a very interesting hand and we lost a lot of EV on this one. Jack 10 suited on a 7-9-8. Is that a bet 5? Yep. We're getting called. Another 8 falls. Now should we bet 3/4? I think so, right? Or are we overbetting here again? I think we're overbetting. Okay, we should bet 3/4 actually. 38% of the time. And the overbet is a slight EV loss, but it's actually the bigger part of the bigger percentage play. And now a queen falls on the river. And since we've been, overbetting all the time, we're gonna shove it all in, right? Yep, and that's the correct play for the solver as well. 8 jack on a 10 jack 8 with 2 spades. I think that's a bet 5, yeah? It's not a bet 5, it's a check 70% of the time. We only bet 5 here 19% of the time. Super interesting. Now a 6 of hearts falls. I'm gonna bet 11. And it's a check 50% of the time, bet 43.5. And a 10 hits on the river. What should we do? I think I'm gonna bet the pot. Because we probably lose to a better jag. Over betting makes sense, but I think betting pot is enough to get him to fold. Actually, checking behind is the right play. We should not be doing anything here but checking behind with a jack of hearts. And betting the pot is minus 9.5 EV. Okay. Good to know. Of course, we're folding here. But yeah, looks like this session isn't going to be pretty for us. But oh well. 6 queen 9, and we have queen jack off. We're gonna bet 2. It's a bet 5. Okay. 6 7 of hearts on an ace king king rainbow. Is that a bet 2? Yes, it is. Now a 4 of hearts falls on the turn. Do we continue betting or do we give up? I'm gonna give up. 8 of hearts on the river. Can we bet at this? I want to bet, but again, last hand I bet with a jack 8 and it was a huge EV loss, so I assume we're giving up here. We actually should be over betting, huh? Sorry guys. Okay. Good to know. So yeah, there we had showdown value, I guess. And here we don't have. And we're unblocking aces. Yeah. I guess it makes sense. Pocket sixes on a 9-8-7 and the villain leads to us. I think we're gonna call. Now a 4 of hearts falls on the turn. The villain overbets the pot. And I think we're still gonna call. Yep. And now a 6 falls on the river. And the villain bets 3/4. And we're gonna call again. We win, but somehow it is a 99.7% fold. How is it a fold? Makes no sense to me. We only lose to 9-10 or pocket tens, but he wouldn't play pocket tens like this. How is this a fold? Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, we're losing to pocket nines, pocket eights, and pocket sevens. Makes sense. We're only winning, you know, pocket aces, pocket kings, maybe pocket queens he plays this way. 9-8, 8-7, 9-7 maybe. Yeah, makes sense. Shoot, this session is really going to be a huge EV massacre, but whatever. Deuce, deuce 4 with 2 spades. We have king 10 off. We are going to bet 5 this time. It's a bet 2, bet 5 kind of hand. Bet 2 is a better play and a more often. King queen off on a 3-4-4. I'm gonna bet 2. Okay. Great. King Jack on a 4-6-5. Again, that's a bet too, right? Actually, that's a check 66% of the time. And we're betting to 27% of the time. Now a 7 falls, we're checking behind. And it's a bet 7 type of hand. Okay, so we should be betting here on the 7. Should only be checking behind 4% of the time with our hand here. Interesting. Now we're gonna overbet because the 9 falls. Yeah, it's the correct play, but Dylan calls with pocket deuces and wins the pot. King 10 off, 5 deuce 6. With 2 spades, we're gonna bet 2. Okay, that's a good line. 8 of spades falls, and we are going to overbet. I mean, how is that a check? We just had pretty much the same spot, except it was straight completing, not a flush. And that was an overbet. And now we're checking 96.5% of the time. This is quite interesting, but okay. Deuce for deuce with 2 clubs. We're betting 2. We're getting called. A king falls now. I want to overbet. And we should overbet here, right? It's a bet 3.5. 67.4% of the time. How is that a bet 3.5? And now I don't know what to do. I think we're giving up on the hand. Yeah, we are. But this is a weird hand. King Queen suited on Ace Jack 3. I want to bet 2, but probably it's a good hand to check as well. It's a bet 5 or check. And now we get bet into, we fold, right? Yeah, I think so. It's a call 71% of the time. And it's a call 25% of the time. Wait, what? Yeah, it's a call 71% of the time and 25% we fold. Okay. Ace 10 off on a 7-9-9 with 2 hearts. Are we gonna bet 2? Yes. Levian calls and there's a 4 of hearts. Should we bet 7 now? Yes. We get raised to 21.5. We have the ace of hearts, so we're calling. We're actually folding 64% of time and calling only 36% of time. But we get lucky. King falls and we're going to call. Again, we should be folding almost 50% here. What? We're only calling is, slight, minute EV loss. It's played 52% of the time. But what really boggles my mind is that we're falling almost 40 and we're falling 48% of the time. I'm definitely not falling here 48% of the time. Very interesting. Let's go to the next one. King 8 of diamonds on deuce deuce 4. That's a bet 2. That's a bet 5. Okay. Queens on ace 8 4. It's a bet 2, right? Yes. We get called. 10 falls on the turn. We bet 7 here, or do we check? I think I'm checking. Yeah, 99% of the time. A 4 of spades falls on the river. I think we should play here for value, right? 5. Bet 8 is the correct play, so a slight overbet. But the rest of the strategy is bet 5. Okay. 4 tray on 8 3 8. Are we betting 5 here? Nope, we're betting 2. We're betting 5 only 1% of the time, so we're not doing it ever. Jack 7 jack with 2 hearts, and we have ace 9 off. Is that a bet 2? Yeah, we get raised. I think we're falling here. Yeah. Queen 10 on queen 10 3. That's gotta be bet 5, yeah? It's a bet 2. 38.5% of the time. 57.5, we're betting 5. Okay. Ace jack off on a king 10 queen. Is that a bet 2? It's a bet 5. Interesting. I thought it would be bet 2 because there's no flush draw. We have the nuts. King 9 of clubs on a 5 deuce tray. Is that a bet 5? It's a bet 2. Or check. Now a jack falls on the turn. I kind of want to bet 5.5 here for some reason. I'm gonna do it. It's a check 98% of the time. Okay. We get called. King falls on the river. We get checked too. I think we're gonna bet smallish. And we get called by a flush. Okay. King jack off on a 10 5 4. We're betting 2. And we should be betting 5. 3 of clubs falls on the turn. I think we're betting 7 here. Well, we should be checking, really. So king jack is good enough hand to check here. And we should be betting with worse hands like than this, way worse, I assume. So a 9 falls on the river, we got called, so we just gotta give up on the hand, I think. Yeah, pocket deuces win. Shoot, we are really doing badly this session. Ace jack off on a 9 jack 7. we're gonna bet 5. Yay! For once we got it right. And we are on the 25 hands. So that's the last one. And we're gonna bet 2. Whilst we should check. I gotta tell you, I wanted to check. We're calling here 8.5. Deuce falls on the turn. We're checking behind. Yeah. And a king on the river. Should we bluff at it? I think we should. We should not. We should definitely not. We should be checking behind 99.9% of the time. Which is weird because I feel like a lot of the hands that he missed has some sort of a pair. So if we don't bet, we lose. I don't think our ace high can win often enough here. I think we can only win by betting. At least a fair bit of time, but whatever. I mean, solver definitely knows better. And look at this. Overall EV loss on this session is minus 100 BBs. So we lost 1 BB per hand of EV. Pretty bad, huh? And I think it's mostly because of the aggression. We are still not checking or calling enough. And also this session we weren't folding, really. Yeah, that 8 jack of hearts hand was the worst. But yeah, we had those pocket 6s. It's A7 here. And also this last hand. Oh well, not great. Not great, but yeah, we're learning, and that's the whole point of it. Let's see how our overall stats are looking. Minus 49 BBs. And it was getting much better, huh? It was, but what we need to really focus on is getting our betting or raising down significantly. We have to be checking or calling more often. That's the biggest leak in my play. I'm pretty sure. And folding, yeah, we also should be folding more. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. That will be it for this video. Thanks for watching another GTO Trainer video with me. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this session. I know it went horribly bad, but maybe you would have played some of these spots the same bad way as I had, or perhaps you would have played them better. You can let me know in the comments. You can leave a thumbs up, and you can subscribe if you're not already. And if you guys like this GTO trainer, you can also sign up for it with a link in the description of this video. It's just $5 for the first month, and you can get a ton of practice within that time. We are playing every day, 25 hands, so hopefully we can play something like 500, 600 or 700 of hands still in this month, so that would be great. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.